It was 3 a.m. in Los Angeles. The streets were silent, and most people were asleep. That's when a man walked up to a quiet house and knocked on the door. He stood close to the entrance, calm and confident, and spoke as if the homeowner already knew him. "It's me," he said, trying to sound normal. But inside the house, the homeowner didn't open the door. He was watching everything through the doorbell camera. As the camera view became clearer, something terrifying appeared. The man outside was holding a gun. In that moment, the truth was obvious. This wasn't a visitor. This was a criminal waiting for the door to open. The homeowner stepped back, stayed silent, and immediately called the police. Every second felt heavy. The house was quiet, but the danger was right outside. Minutes passed. The man at the door began to sense something was wrong. He looked around nervously, realizing the police had probably been called. Then, without another word, he walked away and disappeared into the darkness of the night. That night, one simple decision saved a life. Because sometimes, the most dangerous thing you can do is open the door. Bold and horror. Late at night in the United States, near a residential society close to the jungle, something terrifying appeared. The streets were quiet. No people. No movement. Then, a wild big cat slowly entered the society. It moved silently between the houses, walking as if it was hunting. This footage was recorded by a doorbell camera, capturing every chilling moment. Thankfully, no humans were outside at that time, because animals like this don't roam at night without a reason. This is real doorbell camera footage, recorded in the daytime. Everything looked normal until smoke suddenly appeared across the street. Within seconds, a house caught fire. The flames grew fast, spreading with terrifying speed. At the same moment, someone ran to the nearby house and started knocking on the door, trying to warn the owner, but no one was home. Through the doorbell speaker, the homeowner replied, "I'm on my way." Neighbors began to gather, realizing the danger was getting worse. Without waiting, they acted together. Using whatever they had, they worked as a team and managed to put out the fire before it could spread any further. What could have turned into a disaster was stopped in time, all because of quick thinking, technology, and neighbors who didn't ignore the warning. Sometimes, a small camera and people who care can save an entire home. Bold and horror. This doorbell camera footage was recorded at 3 a.m. A man suddenly appeared outside the house and started knocking on the door. No one opened. He stood there quietly, his face unclear on the camera. It was hard to tell who he was, but he looked stressed, maybe desperate. A few moments later, a car passed by. The man waved his hand, trying to get help, but the driver didn't stop. Left alone again, he returned to the door and knocked once more. Still, no one answered. That's when his behavior changed. He became angry. He started banging on the door harder and louder. Then, without any warning, he walked away and disappeared into the night. A man wearing a Joker-style mask was seen roaming the street, holding a gun. The night was silent. No people, no movement. He stopped in front of a house and knocked on the door, slow at first, then again. No one opened. The masked man stood there, staring at the door, as if thinking. His head turned slowly, scanning the area, looking for another way inside. He walked closer to the house, checking the windows, the corners, every possible entrance. He was trying to figure out how he could get in, but the house was locked. No doors open, no windows unlocked. Minutes passed. The man grew restless, frustrated. Realizing there was no way inside, he stepped back and looked at the house one last time. Then, just like that, he walked away into the darkness, still holding the gun. No one knows what would have happened if a door had opened, but one thing is clear. At 3 a.m., silence is safer than curiosity. Bold and horror. This doorbell camera footage was recorded in August 2025 at exactly 3 a.m. In the middle of the night, two armed men appeared outside a house. Both were holding guns. The first thing they did was target the security camera. They smashed one camera, trying to make sure their faces would not be seen. Then, believing they were no longer being recorded, they moved toward another door of the house, attempting to break in. But inside the home, a woman was awake. The moment she realized what was happening, she shouted loudly, "I've already called the police. They're on the way." She kept screaming, making as much noise as possible. That's when everything changed. The intruders panicked. Fear took over. Within seconds, both men ran away, disappearing into the darkness before the police could arrive. That night, a house was saved, not by weapons, but by courage, quick thinking, and a strong voice. Sometimes, the loudest sound in the dark is enough to stop evil at the door. Bold and horror. This doorbell camera footage was recorded at 10 p.m. in New York City. Late at night, a strange and terrifying figure appeared outside a house. His movements didn't look normal. Something about him felt unnatural. Without warning, he began trying to break the door. Again and again, he slammed himself against it, using all his strength. The repeated attempts took a toll on his body. Suddenly, he collapsed. Right there on the doorstep, he lost consciousness. Watching the footage feels disturbing. The way he moved, the way he attacked the door, made the situation look extremely dangerous and deeply horrifying. By morning, authorities arrived at the scene. The man was arrested and taken away. Bold and horror. This doorbell camera footage was recorded in 2024 at 9 p.m. The house was empty. Everyone had gone out to a party, but outside, a man appeared trying to unlock the door. He carried a bunch of keys and began testing each one by one, trying to gain entry. Every movement looked deliberate, calm, but deeply threatening. Inside the house, the homeowner was checking the doorbell camera on their phone. What they saw made their heart race. Immediately, they called the police. Through the doorbell speaker, the homeowner shouted, "Who are you?" The intruder froze for a moment, and then, realizing he had been seen, fled into the night. That night, a home was saved,